Hello, welcome to the teachings of the Black Acting Method Studio. I'm Sherelle D. Luquette, founding executive artistic director. Did I just become an artistic director, founding executive director of the Black Acting Method Studio? And this is the teachings of the Black Acting Method Studio. Make sure and hit that subscribe button below so you can get alerted to all these good videos. So you can write in to us. That email is listed below, assst.admin@blackactingmethods.com. You can write in below to us and you can ask questions. So the question today comes from someone in Cali. They want to know 3 things to unlearn in the curriculum, or what are some things they want to unlearn. So I came up with 3 important things that you should unlearn in your curriculum. One, which I think we know by now, is that theater began in Africa. Theater did not begin in Greece. Um, Theater has been around, performance has been around since the beginning of human existence. Self expression, artistic expression has been around since the beginning of human existence. Theater began in Africa, and Egypt is in Africa. So if your teacher is still teaching you that theater began in Greece, raise your hand, help the teacher out. In a nice way, or talk to them after class and ask them why you all are starting in Greece when you should be starting in Africa. So yeah, that's one thing to unlearn from the curriculum. The second thing is, all right, Shakespeare is not the Holy Grail. While Shakespeare is a terrific, fantastic, extraordinary playwright, Shakespeare is lauded as the Holy Grail, as if there are no other playwrights that write just as good as Shakespeare, or even better than Shakespeare. And the way we do that, the way we send that message in our field is that everybody, I maybe shouldn't say everybody, but most theater companies, many of them will always have Shakespeare in their season. So that's how you start solidifying thoughts that Shakespeare is the Holy Grail. So let's say every season you rotate plays, right? So those plays are not as significant, but every season you're going to make sure and do a Shakespeare piece, because he is the ultimate. He is the ultimate language wielder, and we know that ain't the case. I like me some Shakespeare, okay, on a cloudy day, but we got to stop teaching that Shakespeare is the end all be all. That's not true. So that's something you need to unlearn in your curriculum. The third thing is something that we don't teach, but when we talk about professionalization, I know people say that word is connected to whiteness, which is an ideology. Whiteness is an ideology that white is better, and white culture is better and more superior than everything else. When we talk about professionalization, though, for actors, and we talk about their resumes, we always tell them to list the studios that they trained in, as if training only takes place in a studio. We know, Black people, where do most Black people get their original training? I can't hear you. Louder. What? Church. Church. My point is that when you look at Black celebrities, when you look at Black history, they're always talking about how they came up in the church. Whitney Houston, Brandy Norwood, Monica. When you look at old videos of folks, they talk about how they came up in the church. It could be giving a sermon. They make young Black kids give sermons, give speeches, do liturgical dances, sing songs. So give Mother Herbert and Deacon Barnes a shout out. They was training you. That is real training. And so there's nothing wrong with listing the church on your resume. And don't feel funny about it, and don't feel embarrassed. The more of us who do it, the more that people will say, we already talk about it. We already talk about the church. But why haven't we legitimized the church as a training ground? We know it is. Right now, somebody's somewhere getting ready for an Easter play, or somebody's somewhere getting ready for a Christmas play, or a Thanksgiving play, some kind of something. Somebody's getting ready for some kind of play, Valentine's Day play. Tons of drama ministries, dance ministries at the church. Those folks are doing real training. So That may not be exactly in your curriculum, but when you're talking about the professionalization of actors and you're talking about resume training, and then you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I've never been to this studio, I've never been to that studio, I've only had training from my bachelor. That's not true. And you know it's not true. I did my first speech in front of a church. I was 14. I think it was Unity Day. I was 14 years old. Oh, I was scared out of my mind. Got up in that pulpit, did a whole speech. Thank you, Greater Solid Rock Baptist Church. I appreciate it. I appreciate that training. So anyway, that's three things that you need to unlearn from your curriculum. One, theater began in Africa. Theater did not begin in Greece. Two, we love Shakespeare. Just quit making it seem like he's the end all be all. There are other fantastic playwrights. And three, put that church training on your resume. All right, this is the teachings of the Black Acting Method Studio. I'll see you next time. Hit that subscribe button.